Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to your channel from Lake Tahoe Computers. Hey, don't forget to follow us at LT Computers in our YouTube channel. Today, we have a review about something very popular on market, and actually it is a video that I was trying to do a long time ago regarding surveillance systems, or well known as a security cameras. Yes, for many of you that actually don't know, our business has been deploying or has been installing a very important number of cameras around the Lake Tahoe Basin. We started to install surveillance systems or security cameras around 10 years ago. So yes, there was a big evolution during all this time regarding cameras. And also, you're going to find out in this video what camera to use. What is the best camera that actually fits your needs? It is important to recognize that technology evolve and change in multiple times in the past years. So yes, when you have to choose what is the correct brand or what is the systems and the type of devices that you're going to use, are they going to be wired, are they going to be wireless, are they going to have maybe battery backups or solar panels? How hard is to install surveillance systems or security cameras in tough weather environments? Are they weatherproof? Are they going to last maybe 6 months, a year? Do I have to recharge the battery? All those are going to be the questions that you're going to be probably more likely answer on this video. Okay, I am very happy to show you one of the new techs on market that it is well known as a solo camera system. And we're going to end with the review of this product that I have on my hands. On my hands, I have a solo security camera brought it by Eufy. And this camera, it is one of the latest devices that it is on market, that it is a system or a camera that is very easy to install. The important thing of this camera is the resolution, of course, and that it's not needed to connect it to anything. Yes, you hear me well. This camera doesn't need to be connected to power or any other source of cable. I'm talking about internet cable. I'm talking about coaxial cable that normally cameras are connected to. So this camera just need to be screwed on the wall or in the ceiling, and then it's going to be powered by solar. Yes, the storage of this camera, it is also in an internal memory that we call SD. So just to let you know, there is multiple type of cameras that actually they're going to need cable. We're going to pass reviewing which are the different of technologies that actually are still in use in the market, we're going to call it. And this is a summary of actually as I'm saying, 10 plus years in business operating surveillance systems. I have to say that we possess more than 500 cameras already installed in the Tahoe Basin and surrounding areas. And I'm talking about commercial business, not even counting the homes that we actually install, which we actually don't have access. We normally manage most of the commercial places, and we can actually monitor them and help all the users and help the business customers to retrieve videos and also save the backups for their recordings. In the case of home users, we left the control in their phones or by their own single, person. So yes, the video of today, it's going to be, an entire summary of the different technologies on surveillance camera systems. I'm going to bring the main three parts of them. That's going to be, I would call it, the first part of the video. The second part of the video will be actually taking a look of specifically this camera that I brought in. It is a solar system. And I'm going to do a small summary of what is actually a CMS or a DVR system, which is remote or monitored by the computer, guys. So yes, it's going to be an amazing take a look, because most of us just connect our cameras to our phone, but we actually bypass the capability of connecting the system which actually provides a multi-login connection to multiple users to different kind of levels of users, which is important in the case of you have a commercial place or a corporation or an enterprise. You can actually assign by server how many users you want to install. I'm proud to say that the most cameras I installed to a place was around 60 cameras, all installed at the same time in an IP technology. So I actually handled many users with two MBRs or two MBR servers, which actually had a lot of terabytes on the storage, to be honest, for being recording a 4K video and 8 megapixel resolutions. All right, so I'm gonna go to mainly the first question that I always have when I have a job or I have to do a recommendation, which it is, Julio, what is the brand that you actually recommend? What is the best camera that I can install on my site, on my business, at home? And well, I mean, the answer to that, it is very complex because everything is up to be honest nowadays, your budget. All cameras doesn't have the same price. There are some cameras that actually have a really good price that you can find them on the convenience stores, big warehouses, and there are some cameras that actually are commercial type that you cannot find in any other place. So for answering that question, what is the best camera that I recommend? I have to say that you can find the best camera that actually fits your needs. Okay, what I'm going to show you in this video is what kind of cameras actually the type that you find in the market. So for starting on that, I'm going to show you the typical camera that you always find everywhere. This camera is one of typical cameras that you find with a pedestal right there, and the lenses goes in the front, as you can see. So yes, this camera has an IR or infrared, which actually means like in at night the lights that are around the main circle or the main lens in the camera will turn on red, and actually you're gonna have night vision. Now this kind of camera or type, it calls bullet camera, and I'm gonna say number one, bullet camera. Okay, the second very popular type of camera for many users as well and commercial places, of course, it is the dome or turret camera. In my hands, I have that kind of camera that actually it looks like a dome, but it is more known as turret camera. Now, there's a difference. I'm going to show you in a second with a third camera. So this is a dome camera. Actually, you mount it on top, the ceiling here, and this is what it is. How to install them, I'm going to show you also that in a few moments. So a dome camera, it is actually something that is covered. More likely it is a vandal proof camera. So as you can see here, I have a dome camera. Why it's a dome? Okay, so you can actually hit this guy with a baseball bat, and this glass is not gonna break, believe me. It is a special plastic or polymer material, and the inside actually you can remove it like this, and then inside you will find the lenses. Typically, this is a commercial camera. Yes, it could be used for also some educational places like schools, colleges, different kind of institutions that they do, education. And this one actually secures the camera and make them vandal proof. So this is a dome camera. Okay, and there are nowadays different type of cameras like the one I showed you priorly, which is kind of a bullet wireless, and it has a solar panel that I already showed you, but it looks pretty much like this one, right? Just with a solar panel on top part. So this is a wired camera. The other one that I'm going to show you at the end of this video is the wireless with no wires. So stay tuned. Please watch all the video if you want to, take a look of the other camera. This other kind of camera, we call them a fish eye. A fish eye, it is technically, IR around this camera, and the eye, it is provides you a 360 degrees. Normally, we mount these guys on top like this, all the way up on the ceilings where, the view is way much better because the height of the interior place more likely. So you're able to do like a 360 degree. And then after that, you're going to be able to do something that we call the warp of the view. The warp of the view will open the 360 degrees and make a big panoramic view for your sources. So this lasts for They are, we can call them the types of shape, the types on shape of camera that we actually have on market. If you see something different, it is probably going to be or smaller or bigger, but in the same presentation: bullet, dome, turret, or non-wire. So if you see something different, it's going to be or smaller version of what I already told you to you. It's going to be a smaller version, which I already show you, or it's going to be actually a bigger version, with probably bigger lenses. Now, the second part that I'm thinking to actually tell you, it is going to be what is going to be the technology that you're going to be using for your deployment. All right. So, where I am going when I say what is the technology of the camera that actually I'm using. Now, a lot of people can actually say it is the resolution, it is the megapixels that I'm using. I want the best resolution. Of course, we all want the best resolution for our systems. We all want the same kind of quality and technology. Will bring us the best video, the best resolution, the more angle, the more time recording. I mean, sometimes everything depends on the technology that you are running. The main thing or technology that I might want to, divide this video for, it is going to be, I have to say that the past 10 years or 10 years ago, we started to install cameras on what we call coaxial, coaxial solution. What is a coaxial solution? It is actually a wire that we run called RJ59. Sometimes we also do it a long time ago on RJ6. Now, if you actually have at home a modem or you have at home a cable modem, that is the type of cable that actually the camera used to run, coaxial. So this is a big, thick black wire that actually goes around all the entire properties, and then you actually physically have to run it from the source, which is going to be your DVR, all the way down to the camera. Now, how actually are they looking? They look exactly like this. This is a bullet camera. As you can see, you have the wire, and at the end, you will have two connectors, one for power and one for the coaxial cable, right? So, um, why you run two wires? Because one powers the camera, it gives them power, energy to actually turn on, and the other one runs the video signal. Okay, yes, you can imagine this cable is thick and it's kind of hard to run. They normally comes, if you buy a DVR system, they come the DVR for 6 cameras and then your rolls for running these wires. So that's the challenging part of actually running a physical cable from the point where you're gonna install your DVR, your monitor, and then all the way down where you actually want the installation. And of course, we come with this all another questions, Julio. I mean, I don't really want to see any wire. I don't really want to see any holes around my property. That's the complicated part, and that's why sometimes we get in touch with all these, electricians or people that actually run the wires for us priorly starting projects, and they make sure any of the cables are visible. And when your house or your property is already built, we have to make sure actually to hide those at the attics, or sometimes we can run pipes along the property, or actually if you already have pipes, we can actually hide wires in behind those pipes, metal pipes, conduit pipes. That's another part of the scope of the job. But this is what is a coaxial. Now there's coaxial on bullet cameras as well. There is coaxial technology, of course, in what we call dome cameras. This is also a coaxial technology. It is exactly the same idea, a dome camera, and then we have a coaxial for the signal, and we have a power for a 12-volt power. It's a 12-volt source. Now, in a home, normally you install in between 4 up to 8 cameras. They actually come with their power adapters, which are pretty common. Like they are blocks actually. They are black box that run 12 volts with different pins for the different channels and cameras. So just to remember then, this is the coaxial solution. Now, years ago, I mean, there were different factors for coaxial solution. They started on 480 TV lines and then 1080 TV lines. And then the TV lines actually got upgraded to megapixels, 1 megapixel, 2 megapixels, 4 megapixels, 5 megapixels, up to 8 megapixels. Yes, guys, there is actually coaxial systems like this, like they're all, but they actually can run 8 megapixels. So a lot of people ask me, like, oh no, I want IP because I heard they actually are 4K. Well, yes, but actually there's coaxial solutions already providing also 4K resolution. So the problem is not with technology. The problem is it's more around the price of each camera. Obviously, coaxial today it is way cheaper than buying IP technology. Now, saying that, I'm gonna go to the other part, which is actually to say what is IP technology. Well, that's what it actually comes when the integration in IT or information of technology came over the surveillance or the low voltage, you know? So that's what I was actually very related because the IT brought me to surveillance systems. So IP, it is actually a similar technology that as I show you, but instead of running a coaxial cable, we run network cable. We started running Cat 5e, Cat 6, and Cat 6A, which actually are or is the network cable today, or that cable that you plug in your computer. Yes, that cable, you actually plug them on your cameras. This camera, for example, it is a turret camera. We install this camera many times. It is actually a commercial solution. It is a turret. Actually, this brand was very popular in our installations. It calls Montaview. For the one that actually you guys want to check that out, we install this product, Montaview. Visit their website. Actually, really good products in a really great price. So this is an IP camera, and at the end, you're gonna have the wire with two adapters. One is the power, and the other one is the IP. Now, don't get confused on this one because this is really tricky. Julio, if you run IP cables, why you have a power adapter? That's a great question. Because the actually this camera it is a PoE factor. Means like our wire or our network cable runs power as well. Power over Ethernet. So essentially, we just have to run one wire from the MBR all the way down to this camera. And this cable, to be honest, we don't utilize the power. Now, why it is in here? Well, in this case, this camera has that ability because you can actually sometimes find jobs that you have to extend the connectivity and you have no PoE or you have no way to extend the PoE. So what you can extend the network, the internet can run over switches basically, and then on the switches you will run more internet, but you will not run power over internet. So that's why you can connect the camera, you can connect the ethernet cable, and you can provide a 12-volt source of power. Either you have an outlet close or in the ceiling there's a jack or an outlet where you can actually plug this guy. That's another way to do it as well. All right. But don't get confused. You actually don't need both cables. You just need this one and then run your Ethernet PoE from your MBR. Now, with that say, I'm gonna go to that part. What is the system? How these cameras all connected and actually record? All right. So, how all these cameras operate, how they actually connect, or where do they connect to? That is one of the most typical answers I have. You just run the wire and put them on the places and where those wires terminate or end. Okay, so actually they go to a system box. Like, you know, you have a TV at home, they have a DVR, or you have a system box where actually you connect your sources. The same thing with the cameras. They all go to an MBR in the case of IP and a DVR in the case of coaxial cameras. And we have to say that also the Wi-Fi systems, they go to a main box. Actually, it is a beam today. All right. So yes, you can install a solo camera with an storage inside, but as well, you can install a system that actually captures all those videos wirelessly. All right. So the system I'm going to show you shortly, as well as a solo camera installation, can come in a package of four and a beam. Okay, or a main DVR or MVR, however you want to call it, but it's wireless. In this case, for the typical system, I'm going to show you this product that it is a small factor for home users and it contains what it is an IP system which you can connect your cameras. So as you can see, you have many Ethernet ports. I have in this case an MBR of 4 channels. Why it is an MBR of 4 channels? Because I have, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 ports. Now this section in here is the section of where you actually have to connect the wire that comes from your camera. So your IP camera runs one wire and you connect the end to this port. And yes, so technically you have to do one, two, three, four connections. The system supports four channels, we call them, or four cameras. Now, Julio, I see another port. Why? And it has an amber light and a green light. Yes. So in this case, this fifth port in here in the almost center, we call them for connection. So if you want to watch your cameras in your phone, if you want to watch your cameras in your CMOS system or in your PC, or you want to share, a live view, this is what is this port for. So you connect your modem, your router to this port, and then you're going to be able to remote your cameras and watch them from any part of the world. Yes, that is a fantastic technology. Now, how I do that connection? I mean, that is also a typical question, and years ago was really complicated to do. You have to do something that we call a port forwarding in networking, which is allocating static IP inside your internal DNS or domain, and then you have to open the port for the services on the camera, and then proceed with a port forwarding in the router. Yeah, it was a main cake, believe me. Today, the technology evolved so much that actually you have this. You can see here what it is. It is a QR code, guys. Yes, wow, amazing. What is this? Is you scan this QR code on the application of the brand of the cameras you're selecting, and voila, you already integrate the four cameras into your application. I'm going to show you technically how an app looks later, but so far you just scan this QR code that actually is inside of the systems as well, and then you have your cameras already set up. You don't have to be worried about how I do port forwarding. Do I have to do some lease IPs? Another popular way to do this, connection with this port, we call it on IT static IPs. You rent to your ISP or internet service provider static IPs that will give you secure connection to your MBRs or DVR systems. Of course, the other port in here on the left, it is a VGA port, or also we call them a monitor cable, all right, for watching your system. The other two ports are related to audio, right and left audio. This is an HDMI port in the case you have a big monitor or a big TV at home. So these two sources over here are technically your output for video, correct? And these two are USBs where you connect your mouse, and you can also connect an external storage or another external hard drive to increase the capability of recording of this little box. Now, I will really like to open this, but it is not necessarily in this case, because on the bottom part of this system, you can see that are four screws here. One, two, three, four. They are holding inside what it is a hard drive. A hard drive, it's inside of the system. Now there's hard drives that can storage 2 terabytes, 4 terabytes, 6 terabytes and above. Now, why there's a hard drive in here? Because this is the place where your recordings go. All the videos that your systems are recording, they go to here, okay? That's why, the new technologies can also record in cloud. So in the case your house is vandalized or your commercial place is vandalized and they take this box, because believe me, guys, today, whoever is going to go and, make something bad in your place, or they're going to attempt to commit a crime, they know about these things, they know about they have to take away the cameras, and guess where they're gonna go? They're gonna go to the main box to take these parts off to make sure there's no proofs. Now, I mean, how do you avoid that? You can do a recording at place, and as well, you can back up your recordings in the cloud. There's different sources and different technology that can allow you to today do all those backups on cloud, and it doesn't really matter where is this box. All right. So they can just be recording on a server as well. So do we do that on as Lake Tahoe computers? Yes, we provide backup on servers. And that's another thing we're building, which is a cloud-based backup. for all our clients, so they can storage also their videos in our systems, and they will have a backup for their own recordings. All right, so as this box that I show you, which is an MBR, there's another one that calls a DVR, which the ports look like this. Okay, there are four ports that they're looking like this. I don't have it right now in my hands, but it is a DVR system. In this case, this is an MBR, also called network recording system. All right. So this is a 4K system, means like is recording 8 megapixels. And I mean, today these technologies are pretty advanced. They actually are doing AI as well. The last week, I completed a job on a hospitality, or one of inn around Lake Tahoe. And on this hotel inn, I was able to install 16 cameras on a bigger box, of course, of 16 channel. And the technology today, it is bringing an AI integration. And then you can ask me, is there AI on surveillance systems? Of course, yes, there is AI. Artificial intelligence, it is evolving the way that the lenses are recording. Now, think about this. This is a camera that it could be set up to record 24/7, or it could be set up to record in motion. Now, it could be set up to be just only live view, or it could be set up to be a smart recording. That's where the AI, or the artificial intelligence, plays the important role, which is going to be the recognition of the person. Years ago, I mean, sometimes the video on the resolution, depending on the technology, might be blurry. It might be like not facial recognized. I mean, you can see a face but not really be so clear about it. But hey, today with 8 megapixels and the AI technology, believe me, these cameras are capable to catch license plates. They're capable to recognize the face. They're actually to recognize a person, and they are smart. Once record something in motion, you can tell them what kind of thing it is. If it's an animal, if it's a dog, if it's a cat, if it's a person, if it's a bird. So once this is trained, it can be smarter to record. Okay, so that is the advantage of the evolution on the camera technologies. Now, in my trainings, I still remember one of the trainings I did with IP cameras. It was with another really good, well, company called GeoVision. They have these tracking systems for counting people in the cameras, and they can put names because everything is a storage on a data server. And as well as you catch cameras, you can catch or take a picture of faces. So each person will have a name, and the camera and the lenses are capable to do it. Do I need this in my house, Julio? Well, it's up to you. You can install it if you want, but to be honest, the most applications are advanced. I have to see where on the casinos or in very crowd, corporate environments where they need to recognize that people is going to work or is assisting. Now, yes, that's the application for AI, camera recognition, labeling, type of people, type of persons, and that's the most important part of all the systems and all the MBRs, all the DVRs. I want to notice something very important, which it's a very concern nowadays. One thing is the recording at during a daylight. That is true. It could be totally clear at night, and they can say you have night vision in your camera, which means you're able to watch, but the way that you watch those cameras are more likely black and white. Today, the technology evolved so much that there's some cameras that can do color night or color vision night. They work with a technology called WDR with very advanced microchips inside. Because one important thing to say, guys, is like, yes, these cameras, most of them, as you can see, they have chips or microchips inside. Of course, the better of the chip technology, the most advanced, that's when it comes NVIDIA or those manufacturers to do the resolution. They can capture with the lenses the light of any source around, providing what we call color night vision. Color night vision will allow to watch most of the part of the video in color. We're gonna try to show you something of that on the third part of this video, which is going to be about the PC utilization and the software management that we use to control and monitor most of the cameras that we have installed here at the Tahoe Basin. All right, guys. So this part of the video will actually show you the other type of technology, which is wireless. And this is absolutely wireless, which I'm actually very proud to show and to say that we're going to have this kind of products in the shop in Lake Tahoe Computers. So, as I was mentioning, don't forget to follow my channel for new products and technology. We're always trying to stay in the main drive of path for all the Tahoe Basin and all our clients and customers. So this technology allows you to install a surveillance system, a camera without any wire. Yes, fantastic, right? No wires. Technically, I'm gonna actually open it and do the review for you guys. This camera from this brand called Eufy, and this video is not sponsored, just to let you know, brings this camera to us, and I'm gonna review it right now. And inside, we're gonna find technically the camera. I read the notice, and this one on the description actually says that operates 100% solar. 100% solar means like you can just leave it outside technically all day. It will recharge with sun or solar during day, and during night will operate. Now, this is the camera. As you can see, looks like a box, right? It looks like a box. But as you can see, and if you compare my prior versions that I show you in the prior, it looks like a bullet camera. All right. So this is a bullet camera, as you can see. It is not a dome, so it's not going to be installed like this. This is going to be mount into what we call a bracket. Let me see, where is the bracket? It's right here in a separate box. So a bracket will look exactly like this. All right. So technically, you put probably couple of screws that actually comes in the box right there. All right, you have your rubber pad, but in the case you put it also in the inside. I don't know how this is gonna be inside or outside. You put it on sheetrock or on wood, and you don't find a very stable wood. You have this plastic. So, but well, I mean, you can use this or not. It's up to you. But this is the I will say holder of the camera. All right, all stand, and you put this, and then you just mount the camera like this in this position. All right, so this one can move. I understand. Actually, how do you mount this guy, or how do you screw it? Is they have a screw here. So once you put this on the wall, imagine my hand is actually the wall where you're gonna mount the camera. As you understand, the black part of this cube will contain what I call the solar cell. All right. Yes, this is the solar cell. You remove the film before the use because it comes with a plastic. So in that way, the solar can actually heat up this part and then do the recording. Now there's a lot of cool features on this camera. It is a double, way audio, means that you can actually talk to the person you're watching. You can talk to like a ring camera. That's another kind of camera, for example, very popular nowadays. Ring systems, they are very popular for house users, and I actually have the experience. We have the experience of being installing ring systems as well. Now, what do you need to run this camera? Theoretically, you don't need any wire, but you need something that is really important: a stable Wi-Fi connection. I repeat that: a stable Wi-Fi connection. What is a stable Wi-Fi connection, Julio? Means like the place you're gonna put the camera must have that. I'm gonna put it like this way: the wave of the Wi-Fi must reach up to where the camera is. If you have no Wi-Fi, or you have fluctuating Wi-Fi where the camera is, the connection is gonna lag, it's gonna fail, guys. So it is important that you make sure prior installation that your Wi-Fi is solid, that you have a really good router that actually provides coverage to the entire property place where you want to connect this. Now, typically you will see these at doors, or at the back part of the gates, or in the back part of the porch. Probably your Wi-Fi reaches there, so you'll be fine. Just make sure. And how to actually make sure about that, you can actually bring your phone to the place where you're going to want the camera. Make sure that you have at least all the bars for the Wi-Fi, or one less to the end of the Wi-Fi, just to make sure you have good, signal. And then you can do a speed test on your phone. All right, guys, in this section of the video, I'm going to proceed with a review of the software that actually we use on the MBR or the BBR systems that we have installed all around this Tahoe Basin. The software name, it is a Smart PSS. You can download it on a website that I'm gonna write down over here for free. Actually comes also in the package when you buy the DVR or the MBR systems. A Smart PSS also is very compatible with majority of Dahua systems based on ONBID technology, ONBID or ONBID technology. So this software has a lot of capabilities. On the top part, you will find the section for operation, access, even for controlling doors. You can actually set up an entire video wall. What is that? It is basically different screens that are going to be connected to a big part of a wall, and they will create this, what we call a video wall. You can create an event that will actually alert you on any event that you can create, and as well attendance in the case you have employees or you want to log them in. In the section in the middle, we have this part what we call the search, on where we have this playback. This is the section where you're actually going to be able to record, actually watch all the videos that your MBR or DVR saved on the videos that your box was recording. You have the part of the people counting. This part counts how many people are. The heat map, it is for a concentration of people of when they are in an event. You will find these heat maps around. The log, which is a log for the system. And then the last part, on the last bar of the software, you're going to see configuration basis. This is for administrators, more likely. Yes, we use them a lot. You can add or you can subtract devices. You can config or launch configurations, and they can actually be launched as well on real time. You can reset, you can reboot, you can update your MBR or DVR servers from what is the remote software. Once you are the administrator of this software, you can do many things. You can do the same things that you be present in front of the box. So this remote software allows you to take control over the MBR or DVR systems that you installed. All right. As well, we have this part of event config, which is pretty similar to the top part of the event. And we have the tour of task, the PCMBR. And this was the part that I was initially talking about. What is not just locally backing up your videos. You can use another MBR, you can use a PC, you can use another device where you can config your recordings to be also safe. And the user part is the part where you're going to add or subtract users. Just to give you an overall operation on this software of cameras or security cameras, normally I'm going to guide you where you're going to start this process of the software where it says devices at this bottom part. So I'm going to really quick click on this part of devices and then show you that you can delete, add, subtract any devices. You're gonna go to auto search in the case it's in your radio, in the case it's in your segment network, let's call it, and then it will find. In this case, it finds an MBR here at the location I'm recording this video. That's fantastic because I don't have to log in into a router or into a switch to know what is the static or what is the IP that was leased on the router to Destiny on this device. So the software locates once this computer it's in the same network as your MBR is connected to the same router, to the same switches. This software will be able to eventually allocate or localize where is and what IP is the MBR sit down. Of course, you can watch this also in the device in the MBR in the DVR, but why not do an auto search just to look for that function. So once you find this, you can just click on this guy and then just click add. So it's gonna ask you, are you sure you want to add this device? We're finding our own MBR in the system, and then we'll find yes. Immediately we'll request an administrator and a password. So these credentials are the credentials that you created over the first configuration of your MBR, for which purpose you need to be present to do that. I mean, there's not another way, there's no remote way to eventually create this admin or password unless you set it up priorly on a preset configuration or on a configuration from factory. Okay. Also, something important to say: these boxes comes with a default admin and a default password, which I recommend you to actually replace after you do the installation for, of course, security purposes. And of course, you can as well eliminate the admin user, the main admin using, and create your own admin user in order to make your box more secure. Well, once you do that, you add your box, and as you can see, I have many boxes in this account. I have many accounts, not only this ones. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here really quick where it is the main screen or the home screen. That was the devices part where you actually add that. Once you have that, I'm gonna show you really quick one part of my live view on some cameras just to show you how the software operates. For example, in this case, you're gonna see here on live view. I already opened this tab. You have some live view of what it is, the business. This is outside a commercial business. This is our business at Lake Tahoe Computers, located on Ski Run Boulevard. This is the main street. And you see the video, it is kind of clear. It's today at day, it's a sunny day. Supposedly it's going to snow, but it's not. The time is 10:42. That's the time I'm recording the video today morning. And you can see it's a live view. You can do a lot of things when you are connected remotely. I'm not right now at the same location where is the shop, so I'm going to use one of the features here. For example, you can take this visitor picture. Once you click that, something will prompt in your computer and you already took a picture of this one. I'm just going to show you. Hopefully, um, yeah, that part I will not be able to show you because I'm just sharing the smart PSS software. But I already took a picture and a file download to my computer, which actually shows this main part of where the car is and where the avenue is. Of course, this is recording. I have it set up for 24/7 recording. Now, one good question could be, why don't you just set up your cameras to record on motion? Well, at least everything depends on what's the system that you have installed. In our case, these cameras have more than 5 years already installed at this place, at this location, probably 6 years. And when we set it up, we install them on the technology of what we call the technology that we actually saw already, the first technology, which the name it is Coaxial. So these are coaxial cameras. When you have coaxial cameras, it is very recommendable to set them up in what we call a 24/7 recording base with a recycling on the hard drive. So my hard drive keeps recording, yes, but it keeps also recycling, and it actually erased the old part of the videos that we actually don't need. Normally or typically, when you have a video or a recording or an event, it comes or it jumps like about this event on a week, 2 weeks on the max, in the top part 1 month. So videos after 1 month are being recycling, means erased, and new recordings are being storage. So in other case, we don't need a super big hard drive. I think we storage 8 terabytes, which is good for us for 8 cameras. This resolution, it looks high definition, I know, but it really has only 2 megapixels on what it is the recording. They are all cameras, guys, believe me, but the quality is not bad, right? That's what I was talking about when in the first part of the video was mentioning everything depends of your budget or exactly where is going to be the location of your cameras and who is going to install your cameras, guys. That's also important because a lot of people just allocate the cameras in places that are really hard to find or to actually catch a real good view, you know. All right, so I'm gonna go back to this and I'm just gonna show you another view of the cameras. This one over here shows the patio over there of that plaza. And yeah, as you can see as well, it's the same thing, the same quality. Now I'm gonna use another feature of this one, which is gonna be this loop in here, which is a zoom in. So when I click in here, and also on your phone, you're gonna be able to maximize this part. You're gonna be able to zoom on it. You're gonna be able to zoom over what we call the camera. You can zoom in to add more visibility, for example, to this section. You see how that red box actually shows up in the software? All right, so that's what it is. When I zoom on it, I'm able to increase my views. Of course, these cameras are only 2 megapixels, they're really hard to catch the license plates on driving cars on the avenue. But that's not our main goal, at least as the business on Lake Tahoe Computers. We just want to make access to what it is the door. So as you can zoom in, as you can see, and you can zoom out. There you go. So I'm gonna go back, and then I'm gonna open my devices, and I'm gonna open another property with the permission of our customer, which actually allow us to do these videos as well. That's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna do this, and it's really a slow time to show, so I like that part. So this technology over here. It's quite of different. It is called IP, or based on an MBR system. So here, for example, I'm gonna use this camera, which is really located on a parking lot, and it is on a pretty well known corner. And yeah, as well, this technology, I can say it is 8 megapixels. You can see on the top part here that is charging the mainstream for the resolution on 3084 times 21060. That's the megapixels, guys. Yes. So you're going to see the quality difference when, as soon as I can zoom over this camera. So that's going to be the important part. Sometimes you can think like IP may lag, and most of the times when we started to do IP installation, that was our main concern, that IP may lag, or may fail, or you can see actually frames of motion, like the person not moving frequently, but moving slowly, by times, by moments. But today, technology eventually improve a lot, and you can see right here a car makes their stop, and it continues going. And yes, this is all live view. I'm going to maximize. Let's see if I can maximize the screen really quick without removing me from the square. Right there, I'm in the bottom part right now, guys. I'm here. Okay, so I maximize, and you can see here the clarity of this camera. All right. So yeah, this is a daylight, and this is on live, guys. It's an amazing opportunity to watch. What is the real quality on real time of capabilities of having these cameras. The In this case, the time is a little some few minutes awkward here. I have to adjust the daytime and settings. Actually, could be a great example to do at the moment, but the date it's the correct one, right? 2025 03 on 12, and the time is 10:09, which should be 10:48. Anyways, I'm gonna also do this feature. Let's see, we can do the zoom here, and yeah. So at this point, I'm gonna zoom at this garbage here, can or trash. Okay, so actually I can be able, even the camera is very far, I'm able to record these letters that are being reading over there on the trash can. Landfill, or basurero in Spanish, right? That means like trash can. So I'm gonna zoom out right now. Yeah, so most of people's always have wants to see around their properties where are intersections or corners. So I'm gonna zoom here at the stop right there. Okay, yeah, this is, I believe me, it looks very close in the picture, but it's very far. I mean, this distance from where the camera is to that corner, it is almost like you can count here how many spaces are to the corner. So it's kind of quite of challenging unless you have a specific camera for reading the plates to detect each plate placing movement. But there are specific cameras to do that. And actually, for example, in this deployment, we were probably able to do it in case the owner will request it, because we have already all the runs, we have the technology. We just have to go there to the place, proceed with a camera replacement or a camera swapping. The system will support that. The resolution will improve, and we're going to be able, more specifically with AI technology, yes, to be recording the plates. It will appear like a little green box on those plates, and actually the camera by itself will zoom on the plates, and the plates will be a storage. They will be based over what we call the database of the software. All right, so wait, that's one view of this place. I'm gonna show you just another view, only to share with you guys this part of what it is, the recordings. And actually, let's show this one. As soon as it loads, also, as you can see how the camera is allocated, you can see the main stream here, the main street as well. You be able to take pictures to, also do instant replays. What instant replays is, when a car pass by, you can press here and you can see the car pass by at the same time of the video. That's a replay, an instant replay. So I'm gonna use a magnifier to see who is parked over here. Okay, this looks like one of those traveler vans that people, sleeps overnight without, um, just parking anywhere they can. But yeah, I mean that's a car going by. It's this video. It's on live. So yeah, this all capabilities are shared, by, in this case, our team management, that we are administrators, and as well, of course, all the owners and associated to whatever property they are. So I'm gonna go back to the section of what it is, the live, the main menu for the smart PSS of the software in the case we use. Now, I'm gonna show you this second section. Yes, what I call the playback section. This is for watching the videos. This is for actually, if you find an event, that when you find an event, the main thing is always to find what date was the event happening, and what was the time approximate that the event happened. And that's a complicated part in majority of the points, because sometimes it could be unknown what is the time that actually an event happened, but you can have an approximate time, not exactly the time. Like, if the event could happen 10:30, but you can say it happened around 10 and 11. All right, that gave us, the administrator, to actually look for the recording where we have a frame time around 10 and 11. It's 1 hour to take a look. It is way much better than being looking for a recording of, let's say, a month ago and happened on one day without a time. That give us more frame to look for a video, and that's harder, more way complicated. I'm gonna click here on playback right now, only to show you how a playback proceeds. I'm gonna do a playback of the store, which actually we have, of course, permission. So I'm gonna click here on camera one. That's the top part, and then I'm gonna go on the bottom. And as you can see here, I click this calendar on the bottom left bar of the software, which it says time. But I'm gonna record. You can see all these blue dots. The difference on the date, the blue dot on the top right corner, is showing that you have a recording for that day. In this case, I have recording on all these days past for our system. It's supposed to be more. We'll have to take a look why it's not more recording. Probably needs a reformat, but we have to take a look, for example, on a day, couple days ago. Let's take a look on Sunday. So I click here on number 9, and the time that is going to look, it is on that day, the 9, which was past Sunday on March. And then I'm going to click here the other section, which is going to be the time. This is going to give me the 24-hour, guys. But if you have a frame, let's say you have a time that actually start at 10 a.m., you can click on this, and with the keyboard change the numbers. You can actually, with the arrows, move this minutes, and this is the time on hours. You see? So I'm going to start, let's say 10 a.m. That's 9 a.m. That's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 24 hours. I'm going to click search, and shows me this little film icon. And in the bottom part, it is completely green. This is the recording, actually, of the entire time in between 10:10 and the 24 hours or 12 o'clock at night. So I'm going to click play, only to show you 10 a.m. It should be already in the morning. Now, this camera in particular catches the main lobby at the office, and probably nobody will be there because it's a Sunday. So more likely nobody will be there. I'm gonna start rolling up to 12, and you're gonna see technically the lights changing because the change of the time. but that's all. There's no, I'm not expecting to watch or to see anybody in there because, of course, it's a Sunday. I pick a bad day as an example. But you can see that lights are changing, the time in the recording as well as a stamp on the top corner with the date, which is important. All right, so that will record, that will show you most of the time. And then I'm gonna go to 7 p.m. here. And okay, so at this point, the camera from what it was color, it is changed to what it is right now, gray color or black and white. Why that happened? Because this camera, it is an internal camera. It's recording inside. It has receiving no lights from the outside, no anything, no another lights like as a sort to be a night color vision. That's why the reason this camera it's like this, dark, and also tells me like, of course, outside it's dark. All right. So at the same time, I'm watching this camera. Let me see if I can add another one as well for you guys. Let me see number 5. I click on the camera and then I click the same time. I'm gonna drag in this case this camera over here and see what happened. So it's supposed to show the same information but on another camera. I'm gonna click here. Yeah, this is the same date, March the 9th, 12, but that's the outside, the door camera that we were watching a few minutes ago. Now, this square, this quad, it is small. Can you maximize? Yes. Let me double click right there. So as you can see, it is noon, 12:30 at that location. I'm expecting no customers to visit us because it's closed. But as you can see, there's recording on customers here. Now I'm gonna pause the video right there, and then you're gonna ask me, Julio, can you actually zoom on this? Yes, I can. I'm going to maximize and increase the view. Okay. So for being a 2 megapixel camera and all, well, I can see a face there, right? It's on the top part of the timestamp, but it is visible. So that's the important part of having the cameras. If you are able to produce a picture, you're able to do whatever other source with your proofs. I'm going to zoom out. You can have entire quad there, and that's the part of the timestamp with what it is, pausing the video and taking a cut on the picture. The same thing, I'm gonna keep watching and I'm gonna keep forwarding this video. Let me go here. That's 2 o'clock, and you see the light, you see more people coming around, you see all the traffic going. All right. So that was the part of rewinding the video, guys. We're playing back on the smart PSS. We already have the playback part. See how the videos comes. This corner was pretty popular for many crashes, to be honest, and I have to in live that prove to police of those crashes because they don't stop, and these people over here on the side of the street, they don't stop as well. I even have one video on our Facebook posted when the car slides here on the side and it ends up in the center of this area here. Over it happened like a year or two ago. The car end up here at the center of this patio. That was amazing, and of course the sound was incredible. All right, I'm gonna zoom out and I'm gonna go back to the live view. Now the live view can be loaded with real clear view like the one in camera 5, or can be loaded like this camera 2. This is not that as clear because it's a substring mode. You can read it on the top part. Watch the number of what it is right there, the megapixels going. So I'm gonna right click and I'm going to stream, main stream, and see how clear it looks. That's the mainstream. So yes, you can actually see your cameras in mainstream or in substream. That is for increasing the speed of the live view, the live session that you have. I'm gonna go back to devices. I'm gonna go back to the main menu. So do you notice how many tabs I can open on the Smart PSS? Yes, so this basically the capability of the software to do it's like browser. pretty much like you're opening tabs, like you're opening the Google, like you opening any other browser that you use. Those tabs, they don't close, they keep or remain open. Just to let you know, your computer needs to have good capability of memory RAM or enough memory RAM to support all this job. Yes, you cannot run this software in a 2 gigabytes of memory RAM or even 4 gigabytes of memory RAM. You need at least 8 gigabytes of memory RAM and above. All right, so we already take a look of basically our very basis of smart PSS software. This is the operation part as we spoke, the search part as I show you on the playback, adding devices, and I'm gonna show you what it is, the user part, which is administration. And as you can see here, it acts like a server. I can choose here the business, and then I can edit. I can add here in the top part user and role. Take a look here, our users and roles. I'm gonna add a user, and then you just add a username here. This is a new user. And then the password. This is a new password. So the green bar will let you know if the password it is enough or not. Let's say I put a simple password, 123, and it is red. Means like it's not that secure. I'm gonna add 456, still not secure. You see? So I'm gonna add a phrase. This is a new password. All right, so it's totally green. Is there another color? Yes, it is orange, but that goes in the center when the password is kind of secure but not that secure. Fantastic. So you can confirm the password right here, and then on the bottom you just click save, and then boom, you create another user for this account. I don't need to create it right now. I'm just showing you guys the add how to add a user role. I'm gonna go back to the section prior, which is you just open the tab and the main menu will open right here. Fantastic. So that was the user part. Now I'm gonna show you a device config. When you click in there, I'm gonna click again in computers, and then you're gonna have more settings for the devices configuration, which is gonna be camera, network, event, storage, and system. One of the main things you can do through this portal is going to be the upgrade or update of the software. Most people call this patching, of course. And then when you click in upgrade, then you're able to upload your new firmware. Now, how you get the new firmware? You get the new firmware from more likely the vendor, which actually releases all these patches to you. And then you as administrator can keep your system updated. Now, it is important to patch. Of course, it is important to patch because the new patches contains new security features also for your box. Yes, MBRs and DVRs can be hackable. You can hack an MBR, you can hack a DVR. So with all these new updates, depending on the software version, as you can see, you can avoid to happen to you. So it is important to update. Now, a home user has to update unless they share that information with somebody else or unless they want to share with multiple people their views, then I will recommend you to update. If not, yeah, you can just leave it like that. It's not recommendable, but the system normally there are some features of the system that will allow you to update by itself. So another important feature, as I said, which is the upgrade, it is on the system tab. Well, it's going to show you general PTC account and maintenance. I use a lot this feature for resetting. It's amazing how power failures on around town can affect the systems and any kind of system or computerized system, to be honest. But the most important part is that I can log in and actually reset them. I go to account maintenance like this, and then I go to auto maintenance, click in there, and you see auto restart never, auto delete files never. You can set this up. Yes, you can auto reset one time a week, any day of a week, every day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or you can log in as I did and then reboot your software. Just click reboot the MBR will reset. Of course, you're going to lose connection to the MBR, to the systems, and to the cameras. All the users connected are going to drop. But the important part is that you're resetting the system. When you have to reset a system, when you have camera failures, when you have connection issues, so that's when you get a call as a network administrator, as a surveillance system administrator, to reboot the system. Okay, not a lot of users have the capability to go and allocate this kind of resets. So even it looks easy as in the videos I'm actually showing a very practical way to do it. So you click reboot, you click apply, and then you click save. All right. So that's the way to actually use this software as I'm showing. I'm going to quad this back a little bit. I'm going to show up myself here again. Hey, so yeah, so this is the way that Smart PSS it is actually operating. I'm going to go back to the main menu, and those are the main features of a smart PSS. And this is the way that you can optimize how you actually use your software, your PC, or any other PC that you have from any part of the world to view your cameras, to maintain your cameras. All the systems that I priorly show, dome cameras, bullet cameras, or even wireless cameras, have this capability. Now, are all these systems or software the same for the brands? No. Unfortunately, they are not the same for all the brands. In this case, this is pretty popular. This is software that is very popular all around, but it's not the only software management that you can use. Most of other systems has different kind of connections. Nowadays there's even cloud connections for cameras. For example, one of very popular brand that it's all around calls Ubiquity. They have another way to connect. They have another cloud controller. They have another cloud SDN system base. And in this case, this is for example, this is a software that is installed on my computer. When we're talking about a cloud-based software, you don't need to install a program in your computer. You just open a browser, and in the browser, you log into all those features. There's popular brands like was talking GeoVision or Hikvision or even Ubiquity networks that have this cloud access that I will, probably show you in another time in another video. But the main important thing is like all cameras, all MBR, DVR systems operate in the same network level base. The most important part of the video is to show you the connectivity, is to show you how to operate, how to maximize the opportunity to have security systems. And one of the main features and one of the main things I learned when I actually work as a surveillance agent or technician is that, guys, cameras don't save lives. All right, who save lives is people. So if you have more people accessing to watch your cameras, because that's a key point, you have friends, you have family, I mean, don't hesitate on providing access. Sometimes we are very jealous of providing this information to another people because we want to be the only one accessing to your systems or to our systems. But if there's somebody else with a capability, why don't you share them? At least the parts of the views that they're able to take a look, general places, entry doors. Those places are important. So provide them that information so that maybe can save lives. All right, guys. So for me, was all on this video. I hope it was very instructional and easy to read and to learn. And if you have any questions, please don't forget to write them here in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye. Don't forget to follow our channel, Lake Tahoe Computers, or at LT Computers in YouTube and also on Instagram. My name was Julio Rey, CEO of Lake Tahoe Computers. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.